What are your biggest frustrations with learning to play guitar? In the description below, there'll be a link. Hit me up, we'll talk about it. 30-minute video call, I'll walk you through. I'll give you motivation. I can give you some tips to help you stick with it. 2025 needs to be the year you learn to play guitar finally, okay? I'm gonna help you stick with it. But for now, in this lesson, we're gonna talk about how to identify some of these chords or some chords you're not familiar with the shapes with in this first position. By knowing how the guitar is tuned, you can tell, okay, that's some sort of C. I know that because you know that each string is tuned to a certain note. And if you know this just little simple thing about whole steps and half steps, what that means on the guitar, then you can start to identify chords without knowing the shape. And that will help you just be a little more knowledgeable about the neck of the guitar, at least the first 3 frets, right? Not always, but most times, the chord is named after the bass note. So if you see that is the first fingering from here down that's happening, you know that's some sort of C. It could be a C major or a C minor. G minor. Well, I've never seen that chord shape before. Yeah, but you know that's the first note that's being strummed. That's a G note. How do you know that? Well, you know what the guitar is tuned to, and then you can back into it and figure out what things are. It makes it a lot easier to figure things out. You see a chord like this, and you're like, well, that looks like a B, but it's on the wrong fret. I don't understand. Well, if you know just a few basic things about the neck, you know that's a B flat. Guys, and I'm going to show you from your point of view. Okay, guys, like I said, I don't want to get too much in the weeds into this, but this isn't complicated and it will help you tremendously. And for reference, I'm going to use this old school guitar tuner that I've had probably since the 90s, okay? And it has these notes laid out. So on this tuner, you can see the letters, okay? So you have A, and then there's a dot, and then there's B and C together. After C, there's a dot, D, dot, E and F are together, okay? Then there's a dot, then there's G, and then there's a dot, okay? And then it starts over, A to G, that's our notes, right? So B and C and E and F do not have dots in between, okay? They are a half step apart, okay? So there will be no B sharp. There is no such thing as a B sharp. There is no such thing as a C flat. Instead of going back, it just goes to the other letter. So technically, if there was a C flat, it's a B, okay? Where with a D, you have a D flat or a C sharp. It's the same thing, okay? You don't have that in between in the notes. E and F is the same thing, okay? So, okay, guys, I'm gonna write this out like it is on the tuner, and this is proof that I am left-handed, playing a right-handed guitar. Okay, so we're gonna write it out. So A, and then there's B and C, and then D, E and F, and G, just like it is on the tuner. We're not going to put the dots here, okay? That's a whole step between those two notes, okay? Whole step. And then on the half step, the ones that are the B and C and the E and F, the two that are closest together, you'll see a little arrow type thing. That's a half step, okay? So you got the bars in between all the others, F to G, okay? You just have the two that are half steps, E to F and B to C. What does this mean? On the guitar, a whole step is 2 frets. Okay? A half step is 1 fret. And I know this kind of sounds confusing, but you only have 2 to remember, E to F and B to C. So basically, on the guitar, if you're wanting to go from letter to letter, no flats, no sharps, just letter to letter, it's going to be a 2 fret difference with the exception of B and C and E and F, and then it's a 1 fret difference. Now let me show you why this is important on the guitar. Okay, so we know how to tune our guitar now. Every average dad gets better eventually, right? E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, we know that. So we know that if we hit these strings open, the top string, that's an E. Okay, we know from our chart that E and F is one of the 2 combos where it's just a half step apart, which means it's just a fret apart. So if that's E, 1 step away from open, it's just 1 fret. That's F. Okay? F to G is a whole step apart, which means 2 frets. So, E, F, G. And if you wanted to, so what is this, Brandon? Well, that's F sharp or G flat. But we're not going to worry about that. We're just worried about our main letters because that's the kind of chords we're going to be playing, right? E, F, G. Same thing on this 5th string, okay? It's every average, it's A. A to B is 2 frets. B to C is 1 fret. So it's A, B, C. C. That's why that's a C note, a C chord, C major, right? Now we're not going to get into all the other notes that entail making a major chord. I just want you to focus on the root note, okay? They call it the root note, which is your bass note. And again, this isn't 100%. You'll see a lot of variations. You'll see a D with F sharp bass, okay? And it's called something scientific, I can't remember. But for the most part, there's G, okay? E, F, G. G major, G minor, okay? Common denominator is that bass note. 99% of the time, that's going to name your chord. So, while it's cool to be able to recognize that as a C shape, now you know a little more why that's a C chord. Because that note is a C because A, B, C. Okay? And in the introduction, when I played a B flat, that's why that's B flat. Because that's B. All right, well, what about a D? A D major, okay? Well, if you notice the bass note on that is that open string. You can play the 5th string, but technically a D major is from here down. Well, that's every average dad, D. That's why that's a D. It's the first note you're strumming in that chord. It names it, right? Your 2nd string is tuned to B, okay? We know B and C is just a step of a half step apart, a fret apart. So if that's B, that makes that C. Look at your C major chord. We know that's a C. Now we know that's a C. Those are octaves. Okay? This one's tuned to G. G, A, B. Okay? So on that D, on the 4th string, open, that would make that an E. Well, there's one fret between E and F. Now you know that's some sort of F. Again, guys, don't want to bog you down with this, but it does help. It does help when you're playing with someone and you see them and they're kind of going, and they might go a little wonky, you know, and the guy's going, oh, let's see, he's doing. And you're like, oh, well, okay, I don't know exactly what that is, but I do know that every average B, A, B, C. Okay, this is some sort of B chord. Okay? It'll just help you to kind of identify that way. You're not so reliant on the chord shapes. Just look for the bass notes, where the chord starts, and then using every average dad gets better. Eventually, you can back into it and figure out, okay, E, F, G. It's some sort of G wonky thing or something. That's a G jazzy something. I don't know. Right? Guys, if you need any help with anything, I'm for real. Book that call, 30 minutes. We'll get on a video call. You could show me what you're having trouble with. That's fine. And for 30 minutes, you know, I can just walk you through it, give you some motivation. Again, I'm left-handed. I learned how to play right-handed. I say it was all the same to me because I didn't know how to play either way, but, you know, everything is backwards for me. So if I can do it, you guys can do it. So I really want to be your cheerleader, right? Anyway, guys, we'll see you in the next lesson.